I keep talking to artists, musicians, actors who want to perform, they want to create, but they can't quite get themselves to align with the entertainment industry. This is what happened to me for many, many years. In this video, I'm going to be talking about why it's not necessarily your motivation or your lack of drive, it's something else. You might be allergic to the energy of Hollywood and the entertainment industry. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down what that means, why that is, and some things that you can do instead so you can still fulfill your dream of creating and being an artist and yet still feeling like you're keeping your soul at the end of the day. My name's Adam. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we get started, I'm doing a couple more breakthrough calls. So if you're, looking for a little help on your awakening journey, on your creative journey, you can just click the link in the description below and we'll get on a call. We'll take 30 minutes. I'll go over like your vision for your life and what's been blocking you and getting in the way so that you can get to the root of some of your issues and move on. Okay, so many times artists and creatives get stuck. They just get stuck. Why? Because it's very difficult to be an artist on any level. One, we live in a world where it's really hard to hold down a full-time job and then have the energy to create, etc. But a lot of it does come down to fear of criticism, judgment, trauma from childhood, not feeling like we're good enough, taking years to develop the skills, not finding exactly where we fit. And if it is in regards to trauma, which a lot of times it is, this is definitely something you want to look at. But that's not the main topic of this video. What I want to talk about now is the energetics of the old system, the old entertainment industry system. Mostly, they're fucking shit. And if you're somewhat awake, if you're starting a healing journey, you might just not be able to get yourself to fit into that container because it's not good for you. It's not good for anyone. Okay, an example of this would be look at the content that you watch in Hollywood. Just look at it. Every single movie, every single TV show, every single song is an energetic template that has various frequencies within it. It's almost like there's a structural kind of pathway, I guess if you could call it that guides your subconscious mind and your emotions and your belief systems through a journey, and it programs it in a particular way. And there's no difference between fantasy entertainment and reality because the mind and the body react in the exact same manner. I'll give you an example. And I watch Netflix, I watch a lot of the Viking shows, and I really like those shows. But I've also, been analyzing this stuff for years, and I'm aware of what the overall message is and what it's doing to my emotions. And because of all the work I've done, I'm able to not take it on. But most of the Viking shows, this was kind of how the Vikings were, yes, but they're about vengeance. The essence of the show, the essence of the journey of the characters is about revenge, rage, and vengeance. So when you spend enough time watching these shows, even if you are conscious, but if you're not conscious, it's preying upon and training you basically to get off on the feeling of something awful happens, there's a horrible trauma and tragedy, and the way you make it right is fucking murder. To kill the person back, an eye for an eye. It's Old Testament stuff. That's the overall guiding principle and energetic of it. And so much of the entertainment industry is based around concepts like this. Granted, I don't know how entertaining it would be if someone dies or gets murdered. And then, some spiritual guide comes in and is like, well, you just need to meditate and forgive them. And they spent like an hour of the movie like meditating and journaling on their belief systems and doing trauma healing. I wouldn't watch that. But there is a middle way. There's a middle way for this stuff. My point, though, is if you can't quite get yourself to pursue this dream in this manner, it could be because your soul is freaking allergic. And it's because it's not what you're really here to do. It's not that you're not here to create. It's that you're here to create something that's a little more uplifting. And I'm not saying that doesn't exist in Hollywood, because it does. There are really bright lights that shine through, and there are really good movies that have good messages, yes. But even still, it's kind of all mixed into this container of, negative emotion and programming. So you may be guided to do something better. And so you can't quite get yourself motivated to pursue this. And you may then be beating yourself up because you're you don't have the desire, you don't have the passion. You can't figure out why you can't fit in. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to do something else. So what do? One, spend a little time just with the awareness that every film is guiding your mind and emotions in a particular way, just looking at what a lot of them guide you toward. Anytime you're watching something, check to see what is the real message in this. How is this propaganda? Because a lot of it is. How is this training me to live in fear, to live in anger, to believe that there isn't really much possible for me, or to believe in like some fantastical fairy tale like story that then creates massive expectation that then leads to disappointment. I mean, we all like happy endings. We all like the hero's journey, of course. But just be aware of what's going on within you. What else can you do? Be easy on yourself. Really reflect on what it is that you're here to do, what it is that you're here to create, and where is the best place for that. Is it to be an actor in Hollywood? I know commercials are a good way to make money, yeah, but is that what your soul's calling you to do? And I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying, like, it helps to really get clarity on what the deep calling is for and what the best outlet is for that calling. And if you don't think about this stuff, you can just end up chasing these sort of phantoms and feeling lost, confused, hijacked, and disappointed. The other thing you can do is when you get some clarity on what it is like deep down that you're really looking to do, how can you make this on your own? We're living in a time now where everything is falling away and transforming into something else. There are so many opportunities to put your art and your creativity out there. You just have to do it in a different sort of way. You could start a YouTube channel, start a YouTube entertainment channel, start, using social media to put yourself out there and make your own version of what the messages that you want to share with others. And it doesn't mean that we don't use anger or frustration or fear. Those are all emotions that we go through in the human experience. It definitely belongs in art, but how? How are you using them? How are you filtering through them? How are you guiding people in your message? Are you just making horror films because like death is cool and they're just trying to kill people in the most awesome way possible? Are you just looking to make action movies to see how many times someone can do like a triple backflip off like a 40,000 story building and like shoot 5 people on the way down and like blow up 18 cars and make it look cool? I like those things too, but there's no fucking value to it. There's none. It's fun, but there's no value to it. So where can you put your own healing abilities or your own desire to heal into the creative process? And finally, something you can just start to think about doing, unless you're ready for this, is something that I think a lot of people, myself included, are kind of leaning more toward now, is anything can be creative, anything can be artistic. You know, there's ways to heal that infuse the essence of storytelling and acting things out and humor, that don't necessarily have to be fit into the box of, like, you know, a number one like smash hit at the box office like Hollywood movie. There's creativity goes on forever. It's creativity is really just a way of combining things that haven't been combined before, or a lot. So how can you use that desire to be a performer, an artist, a creator, a musician, and infuse it with something more healing and original? Anyway, let me know what you think of this. Let me know if you have any comments, revelations, breakthroughs, questions. I always love hearing from everybody. I very much appreciate everybody who watches my videos. Thank you so much. And I look forward to next time.